Staff you normally see. I like her. She's probably 40-50 to 1. She might not be quite good enough to get black type, but I think she'll run better than her odds suggest. She wasn't too far behind TARDIS last time, and I think she just met trouble in running. Nothing really went well for her. The extra furlong will suit. Top tugs in the family. Obviously, time test himself, the sire of both her and TARDIS, stayed 10 furlongs pretty well. So I think stepping up an extra furlong will suit her. Yes,
now it might be that the pace collapsed a little bit up front at Newbury, but nonetheless, she did do some good finishing work, and this track, I think, and trip will suit. Number 1 follows, and that is Crazy Land, whose best performance on paper is that last one, the 6th in the Princess Mary, behind the subsequent Lowther winner, Zane Claudette.
Yeah, she's run well. She's got a bit of black type in the Mary Gate, finishing 3rd behind Ninfadora. She's all compact, all speed, and she hit that final 50 yards and just fell into a little bit of a hole. I do worry if she's going to get home today.
Yes, where the 5 furlongs might see her to better effect. That's Crazy Land for Clive Cox and Hector Crouch. The horse behind with 2 handlers is number 8. This is perfect news for William Haggis, who's taking a step up in grade.
The 2nd Frankel filly running for the team today. Workmanlike was how I described her Carlisle success. I thought it was quite hard work. The runner-up, as Blue, got checked and was closing at the line. The down was very speedy, very useful to you. Bashara won the Princess Margaret, the Lowther 3rd, and then the Cheveley Park. I'm not sure she's quite as quick as her mother.
OK, she's got a Rockfell and a Cheveley Park entry, so Group 2 over 7 furlongs and a Group 1 over 6. The horse behind is number 3, Dubai Jewel. Momentarily will lose her behind the podium, but she's got a big white noseband. Andrew Balding trains her. Andrea Otseni will be on board.
Uncomplicated is how I summed her up. Made all the running to defy a penalty at Newbury last time. Perhaps that form didn't work out as well as you'd hope. The 3rd and 4th were only 3rd and 4th again today here in our previous contest. Against that, I think she'll be handy enough, might just be not quite good enough, only race 87.
She's heading early to post. Andrea Otseni already on board. The horse behind is currently the highest rated in the field. This is number 2, Delmona for Tom Dascombe.
She is, she's consistent. I think she's held by TARDIS though, and that's St Hugh's form, because I think she's best at 5 furlongs. She's been very consistent in nearly all her starts. The Super Sprint 3rd in the Princess Margaret, 2nd at Deauville, and then 3rd last time. She's fresh and well, having a good buck and a kick here in the paddock. I don't know if that's her normal trait, but she certainly seems full of it.
Yeah. She represents Tom Dascombe, as I mentioned. David Egan will be taking the ride. The horse behind is number 5, and that's Minamulka, who we've already seen win over this course and distance in novice company before.
Done nothing wrong winning novices at Bath and Salisbury. Prominent racer, shown a good attitude to defy the penalty last time. But again, coming into this race with a mark of 81, there's just a little bit defined on the ratings.
Thor Hammer Hansen will be on board for Mick Shannon. The horse behind is number 9, Portia Cavalier for Robin Brisland, who won a maiden, or a novice it was, at Sandown, and then went on to an enlisted company, the behind TARDIS.
Yep, she finished 7th in the St Hugh's, showed plenty of speed over the 5 and come to the final 50 yards. She was stopping. I'm not quite sure 6 will see an improved effort. Against that, it's done well for this yard. Might just be one tiring in the closing stages.
Horses are already heading to post. Number 12 is out on the course. Rob Hornby on board for Richard Spencer with Unfinished Sympathy, number 12.
She's probably the smallest in the field, this daughter of El Kabir, and that's saying something, because we have got some small fillies. She looked keen and gassy when making all at Chelmsford last time, so it's a big step up.
Behind her is number 4, Intelligentsia, who's out on the track. She's having just her 2nd start. Richard Hughes has booked Ryan Moore for the Queen.
Yeah, she knew her job on debut. She was very professional, in the stride, and won convincingly. I'm not sure whether she'll go the same way as her mother, who progressed to win a listed race on her 3rd start, or the older sister, Ideal Beauty, who was beaten favourite in a couple of listed races in her next 2 outings.
She's being followed by Pearl Glory, who's now going past us and heading to post very alertly.
Yeah, I like Pearl Glory as a type. 2 wins, gutsy in both her wins for narrow successes, but I fear 7 furlongs might be her optimum trip. There's quite a bit of stamina in the Downs bloodlines. OK, just having a look at the horses that are left in the paddock. I think we have discussed all of the ones that are remaining here in the paddock, and the other ones that we picked up on the way to post we'll get a closer look at back once we're back in the presentation position. Just number 11, TARDIS, is just being a little bit troublesome at this stage. They've tarded a little bit in the paddock here, and now she's beginning to get a little wound up. And she's getting a bit sweaty as well, isn't she? TARDIS.
This has come out of the blue a bit, really, don't you think?
She was walking around perfectly well earlier on. They are taking her down last, which suggests that they are prepared for her to be a little bit on the alert side. O'Sheen's waiting by the exit, but yeah, she's not looking happy, is she? And unfortunately here, you do see the other horses canter by once you are left in the paddock, and I think that might just be winding her up a little bit because the horses are going away from her, and she's now got no company.
She's a bit gusty as well. Maybe that hasn't helped. But no, they're sort of walking her out. She and Murphy may be able to get on board. Oh no.
Yeah, she had a nasty experience at Epsom with a horse that wouldn't go to the start and then eventually bolted and deposited him at the mile and a half start. But yeah, she's getting very worked up as TARDIS, which is worrying for the favourite because, like I say, her attitude in the races and her wins at Bath and Newbury has been exemplary. She's put her head down and really galloped to the line. But the longer she misbehaves, the more energy she's expending negatively.
What is that indicative of, or might it be indicative of?
Quick races, starting to worry about racing a little bit. It depends. I haven't seen her in the flesh before. She may have done this on a couple of occasions because O'Sheen was in the paddock early and they were taking her down last. And like I say, Salisbury is one where they do see horses canter back past them, and a horse is just slightly on edge. It can easily get them upset. But O'Sheen's heading down now, feet out the irons, just keeping her calm and relaxed. He's going to make sure she's settled before jumping off, so hopefully she won't take off and do too much going down to the start. Ears are pricked. She doesn't look overly stressed now, does she?
No. Sheen's got that
And
nicely
she's got a
managed.
halter on her head, actually, which suggests that she gives a bit of issues behind the stalls. So while I've not seen her misbehave before, the fact she was the last one to go down, and B, she's got that a bit of equipment on her head, does suggest they've came prepared. So maybe it's not as big a negative as we were assuming.
It also might suggest it's unfinished as well, this business.
Yes, stalls could be fun.
Up on Saturday in the Sprint Cup at Haydock, the Group 1 race there, and alcohol-free went on from that. Following the Hooperits at Mill Isle, both of them were second in this race.
3-1, she has drifted on the exchanges on account of that behaviour. She's a 7-2 shot there. 4-1, Delmona. All the money for Delmona. Pearl Glory 9-2 and a bit of a drifter. Intelligentsia 6-1 drifting. 10-1 Perfect News, that's drifting as well. Little bits for Crazy Land, who might not stay. 16's Dubai Jewel, 20s and bigger the rest. But Delmona is all the rage in the market now as TARDIS drifts.
The time for one line, James.
I think TARDIS still wins. I think Delmona, bit of a short runner, and I think there's going to be plenty of pace on here.
OK, let's watch TARDIS and see how she...
She may give us more time again, to be honest.
She might do. She might well do.
Not getting too sweaty, though, and she is going forward nicely now.
Absolutely. Right. It's the Dick Poole. Let's join Richard.
Thank you, Lydia. Competitive as always. Always gets a decent turnout. There's Delmona moving forward, who carries form lines from lots of the major two-year-old races. Last two will be Misty Air and the unbeaten Pearl Glory. Last couple to head forward, Misty Air and Pearl Glory for the Irish Incentive Scheme Dick Poole Filly Stakes Group 3 race. 6 furlongs is the trip. They are all in. Actually, a final shot for Misty Air is a little bit slow out of the stalls, Misty Air. TARDIS wasn't the best out either. Porsche Cavalier and Crazy Land are the first two to show up the centre of the racecourse, with on the right-hand side Unfinished Symphony with the white stripe on the face. Settling down, Porsche Cavalier, Dubai Jewel, and up the inside, Pearl Glory now tracks the leaders. Out wider, Unfinished Sympathy, the grey horse with Intelligentsia Scarlet Sleeve seeing a bit of daylight and quite free on the outside of Perfect News. Delmona surrounded in midfield. Minamulka rid more restraint today, just ahead of Romantic Time. TARDIS is last of all behind Misty Air as Dubai Jewel leads them towards the halfway stage in the Dick Poole. Dubai Jewel for Anzea Azzini has the lead from Unfinished Sympathy on the rails, Porsche Cavalier. Then Intelligentsia, Crazy Land in the chevrons. Imprisoned at the moment, Pearl Glory for Daniel Muscat needs some room. TARDIS is beginning to switch out in the blue colours. Delmona as well, as Intelligentsia just hangs to the left. Dubai Jewel, Unfinished Sympathy. Then behind these, still looking for a way out, Pearl Glory with the maroon cap. Porsche Cavalier between runners, Delmona, Crazy Land, and then towards the inside, Romantic Time. Dubai Jewel, Romantic Time up the inside. Pearl Glory's out with Porsche Cavalier. It opened up for Romantic Time. Porsche Cavalier and Crazy Land are coming strongly. Romantic Time, a massive winner for William Stone. Holly Doyle in the saddle. They get home in front, tight for the placings, involved there with the likes of Pearl Glory. Porsche Cavalier wasn't too far away as well. Success for Romantic Time for Holly Doyle and William Stone.
Super performance from Romantic Time to win for William Stone and Holly Doyle against that far side rail, whilst the others were fanning out across the course. She stuck to over there, and it has proved the victory stroke. In second, it's close, I think, with Pearl Glory grabbing that spot for Daniel Muscat and Kevin Philipport de Foy, and in third, I think, Porsche Cavalier for Jim Crowley and Robin Brisen. 28-1, and my congratulations to James Millman, who you were toying with putting this up outright, weren't you, because she was such a big price and had shown so much promise previously. I
just felt she'd probably be 5th or 6th in the fact that she was no way a 50-1 shot earlier on today, because she only beaten 3 lengths by TARDIS. They've gone quick as we expected. Lots of 5 furlong 2-year-old fillies that aren't on the big side, and they've come back to him. Holly Doyle's given her a fantastic ride, not panicked. I mentioned the apprentice race. If you're at the back, go the shortest route, don't waste ground, and Holly has done exactly that, sticking to that rail like glue.
Absolutely. Towards the rear there on the inside, got a wall of horses to get past. A few of them have been keen and free, notably Intelligentsia in the colours of Her Majesty the Queen on the outside.
Yeah, which way is she going to go? Is she going to go the way of the Dam, who won a listed race at the 3rd attempt for Mark Johnson, or the older sister who won impressively on debut and was a disappointing beaten favourite on the next 2 starts listed company? And she knew her job on debut, and she's not built on that, disappointingly. TARDIS, I don't think anywhere to go really was it. Ocean was looking for gaps, whereas Holly's had a charm run up the inside. TARDIS, who really lost the plot a little bit beforehand, she didn't have room at a crucial time, but in the end hasn't actually finished the race off anyway.
No, and the yawning gap has opened up for Holly Doyle over on that far side rail. She's in the last group, if not last, at the 2 furlong marker.
Yeah, and Top Tugs in the family, so 1.5 miles offspring. Time Test, who's produced some 5 furlong winners, he was best at 10 furlongs.
It's a mixed, that mixed dam side there, isn't there? There are some quicker ones as well.
So yeah, he wasn't very popular at sales Time Test, and we've seen TARDIS, who's very much on the small side, was only £18,000 listed winner.